Welcome back to Hollywood inside 1960s. Life is constantly evolving, and so are the people, especially the celebrities, from style, beauty, to career paths. They experience numerous ups and downs depending on the ever-changing public perspective. In this video, we will explore a fascinating topic: Top 30 Most Beautiful from the 1960s, Kids Today Will Never Understand. Before we dive in, make sure you've subscribed and hit the notification bell to always stay updated on the glamorous lives of these iconic figures. Let's get started. Number 30. Ally McGraw was born on April 1, 1938, in Pound Ridge, New York. She rose to fame in the late 1960s with films like Goodbye, Columbus, and Love Story. In 1970, Ally McGraw shocked the public by publicly dating Steve McQueen while still married. Back then, the public reacted strongly, deeming it unethical. However, today's younger generation has a more understanding and open-minded view towards the personal relationships of celebrities. Despite the scandal affecting her acting career, McGraw's contributions to 1960s and 1970s American cinema remain undeniable. Number 29. Ursula Andress, born Ursula Doris Andress on March 19, 1936, in Ostermundigen, Switzerland, gained fame with her role in the 1962 James Bond film, Dr. No. Known for her captivating beauty, Andress quickly became a sexy icon and appeared in other renowned works like Fun in Acapulco. However, her career faced ups and downs, especially when she appeared in a provocative white bikini emerging from the sea. Back then, the public disapproved of her overly sexy image. Conversely, today's younger generation appreciates Andress's classic and alluring beauty, finding it perplexing that she was criticized for it. Despite the fluctuations in her career, Ursula Andress played a significant role in paving the way for actresses in the film industry. Number 28. Carole King, born Carol Klein on February 9, 1942, in New York, is widely known as a successful pop music songwriter and singer from the 1960s. Her most famous work is the album Tapestry, 1971, one of the best-selling albums of all time. In 1987, King shocked the public by coming out as a lesbian. At that time, society's views made it a challenging revelation, resulting in negative reactions and a decline in her career. However, the younger generation today tends to support and empathize with King's decision, recognizing her immense contributions to 1960s and 1970s American pop music. Number 27. Farrah Fawcett, born on February 2, 1947, in Texas, gained widespread popularity with the TV series Charlie's Angels in 1976. She reached the peak of her career in the 1970s and 1980s, symbolizing the sex icon of that era. In 1997, Fawcett shocked the public by posing nude at the age of 50 for Playboy magazine. At that time, the public found this act inappropriate for her age. However, the younger generation today views it as a celebration of body and self-confidence at any age. Despite the impact on her career, Fawcett remains an enduring symbol of timeless beauty and significant influence on pop culture. Number 26. Marilyn Monroe, born Norma Jean Mortensen on June 1, 1926, in Los Angeles, became the sex symbol of Hollywood and the world's top film star in the 1950s with films like Gentlemen Prefer Blondes and How to Marry a Millionaire. In 1962, Monroe shocked the public with her sultry, seductive birthday performance for then-President John F. Kennedy. The public at the time was scandalized and felt offended by her excessive actions. However, today's younger generation sees it as Marilyn expressing herself. Despite her career slowing down and her sudden death a few months later, she remains an enduring icon of Hollywood's most glamorous and enchanting era. Number 25. Janice Joplin, born on January 19, 1943, in Texas, was a renowned rock music icon of the 1960s with a powerful and passionate voice. Her most famous album, Pearl, 1971, was released posthumously. In 1970, Joplin shocked the public by admitting to heroin addiction on television. This caused public outrage, viewing her as a bad influence. However, today's younger fans empathize with Joplin's troubled life and inner struggles, considering her life experiences instrumental in creating the intense emotions in her music. Despite her brief 4-year career, Joplin left an indelible mark on the history of rock music as a rebellious icon and a pearl among songbirds. Number 24. Judy Garland, born on June 10, 1922, in Minnesota, gained fame as a child star with the Andy Hardy film series in the 1930s. Her career reached its peak with the iconic musical film The Wizard of Oz, 1939. In 1950, Garland shocked the public when she appeared intoxicated and emotionally distressed at the Oscars. At that time, the public was astonished by the uncontrolled behavior of a top star like Garland. However, today's younger generation understands the pressures and stresses she faced from a young age. Despite her declining acting career and tragic end, Garland remains one of the greatest legends of Hollywood's golden age. Number 23. Karen Carpenter, born on March 2, 1950, in Connecticut, was the lead singer of the pop duo The Carpenters, alongside her brother Richard. She was admired for her warm voice and hits like They Long to Be, Close to You, and We've Only Just Begun. In 1975, Karen shocked the public by revealing her struggle with anorexia nervosa and severe weight loss. Back then, the public had difficulty understanding and sympathizing with this disorder. However, today's younger generation deeply empathizes with the pressures and negatives Karen faced as a famous star. Despite her declining music career, Karen passed away suddenly in 1983 at the age of 32 due to heart failure and respiratory distress. Though her life was short, she remains an enduring icon of gentle and soulful pop music in the 1970s. Number 22. Natalie Wood, born on July 20, 1938, in San Francisco, was a talented child star with films like Miracle on 34th Street, 1947, and Rebel Without a Cause, 1955. Her career reached its height in the 1960s. In 1962, Wood shocked the public by divorcing her first husband, Robert Wagner, after 4 years of marriage, at a time when divorce was still taboo. The public condemned and criticized her actions. However, today's younger generation supports individual freedom and Natalie's pursuit of happiness. Despite the challenges in her personal life, Natalie Wood continued to excel in her acting career until her controversial drowning incident at the age of 43. Despite life's ups and downs, Natalie Wood remains an immortal name in cinema. Number 21. Brook Shields, born on May 31, 1965, in New York, became a famous child star in the 1970s with films like Pretty Baby and The Blue Lagoon. Her career reached its peak at the young age of 17. In 1981, Brooke shocked the public by appearing nude in a film and posing nude for Playboy at the age of 10. Back then, the public believed these images and scenes were too sensitive and harmful for children. Even today, the younger generation finds it challenging to understand and accept this action, despite Brook Shields being a known figure. Despite the decline in her acting career, Shields remains an icon of teenage beauty in the world of cinema. Number 20. Molly Ringwald was born on February 18, 1968, in California, gaining fame for her teenage roles in successful family films like 16 Candles, The Breakfast Club, and Pretty in Pink, released in the mid-1980s. This was the peak of her acting career. In 1992, Ringwald shocked the public by divorcing her first husband, Andre Previn, after 3 years of marriage. At that time, the public still held traditional views on marriage, leading to criticism. Many fans turned their backs on their idol. However, the modern generation supports Ringwald's right to happiness and doesn't understand why she faced so much backlash. After the divorce, Ringwald's acting career gradually declined. Still, she left a significant mark as a cultural icon of the 1980s teen era. Number 19. Phoebe Kates was born on July 16, 1963, in New York, gaining fame through popular teen films like Fast Times at Ridgemont High, 1982, and Gremlins, 1984. This was the peak of her acting career. In 1991, Kates shocked the public by admitting to having an eating disorder and undergoing treatment. At that time, the public had little understanding of mental health issues, leading to criticism. However, today's younger generation is more empathetic and supportive of Kates in overcoming mental health challenges. After this scandal, Kates withdrew from the spotlight to focus on her family. Nevertheless, she still left a lasting impression as the beautiful and alluring teen figure of that time. Number 18. Kelly LeBrock was born on March 24, 1960, in New York, widely known as a sex symbol of 1980s cinema with hit films like Weird Science and The Woman in Red. This was the peak of her career. In 1997, LeBrock shocked the public when she was arrested for driving under the influence of alcohol. The public condemned her illegal actions at the time. However, today's younger generation has a more sympathetic view, understanding that such actions are temporary mistakes. After this scandal, LeBrock's career declined. Nonetheless, she remains known as the sexy and captivating goddess of the 1980s silver screen. Number 17. Ali Sheedy was born on June 13, 1962, in New York, widely recognized for her roles in popular teen films like The Breakfast Club and St. Elmo's Fire in the mid-1980s. This was also the peak of her acting career. In 1998, Shidi shocked the public by admitting to drug addiction and entering rehab. The American public at that time condemned her as a bad role model. However, today's younger generation understands and supports Shidi in her journey to overcome personal challenges. After this scandal, Shidi's acting career declined. Still, she left an imprint with her rebellious and distinctive portrayal of a high school misfit. Number 16. Elizabeth Shue was born on October 6, 1963, in Wilmington, Delaware. She gained widespread recognition in the mid-1980s with teen hits like The Karate Kid and Adventures in Babysitting. Shue's career peaked in the 1990s with films like Leaving Las Vegas and Cocktail. In 2000, Shue shocked the public by divorcing director Davis Guggenheim after 7 years of marriage. The public at that time was surprised by this decision. However, today's younger generation respects and supports Shue's personal happiness choices. After the divorce, Shue's film career did not soar, but she is still beloved for her sweet and charming on-screen presence. Number 15. Demi Moore was born on November 11, 1962, in New Mexico. She rose to fame with successful films in the 1980s and 1990s like St. Elmo's Fire, Ghost, and Indecent Proposal. Moore's career peaked in the mid-1990s. In 1991, Moore shocked the public by posing nude on the cover of Vanity Fair while 7 months pregnant. This provocative image received severe backlash at the time. However, today's younger generation appreciates Moore's spirit of freedom and non-conformity. After this scandal, Moore's film career somewhat declined. Still, she remains a famous and provocative sex symbol of Hollywood in the 1990s. Number 14. Julia Roberts was born on October 28, 1967, in Georgia. She became a film superstar thanks to successful works like Pretty Woman, Sleeping with the Enemy, Notting Hill, and Erin Brockovich in the mid-1990s to 2000s. In 1991, Roberts shocked the public by calling off her wedding to future husband Kiefer Sutherland just days before the ceremony. She faced harsh criticism at the time, but today's younger generation has a more objective view of Julia's independent decision. After the canceled wedding, Roberts' career not only did not decline but also reached new heights. She became the highest-paid actress in Hollywood at that time. Number 13. Molly Hagen was born on August 3, 1961, in Minneapolis, Minnesota. She gained recognition in the mid-1980s with supporting roles in TV shows like Some Kind of Wonderful and Die Hard 2. In 1989, Hagen shocked the public by revealing that she is bisexual. This caused confusion and criticism as gender issues were still taboo at that time. However, the modern generation is more open-minded and supportive of Hagen's courageous decision. After this scandal, Hagen's acting career did not soar. Still, she contributed to breaking down gender barriers in Hollywood and society in general. Number 12. Leah Thompson was born on May 31, 1961, in Minnesota. She became widely known in the mid-1980s with the Back to the Future trilogy and became an A-list Hollywood star. In 1992, Thompson shocked the public by divorcing director Dennis Quaid after 8 years of marriage. The decision surprised and criticized the public at that time. However, today's younger generation has a more open and respectful view of Thompson's personal happiness choices. Thompson's career was significantly impacted and not as radiant as before. It's challenging to see that glamour nowadays, but she still left a significant mark on the audience with her classic role as Marty McFly's mother. Number 11. Jane Mansfield was born on April 19, 1933, in Pennsylvania. She became a sex symbol of Hollywood in the 1950s with her captivating and hot appearance. Her golden years were in the mid-1950s to the early 1960s. In 1957, Mansfield shocked the public by wearing an extremely revealing dress at the Oscars. This excessively sensitive image caused public outrage, accusing her of destroying cultural norms. However, today's modern generation has a more forgiving view, considering it Jane Mansfield's unique way of expressing herself. Although her career didn't shine as brightly afterward, Jane Mansfield remains a legendary blonde icon of 1950s Hollywood. Number 10. Sharon Tate was born on January 24, 1943, in Texas. She gained fame in the mid-1960s with works like Valley of the Dolls and The Fearless Vampire Killers. This was Tate's golden period before she tragically fell victim to a heart-wrenching murder in 1969. In 1967, Tate shocked the public by becoming pregnant without being married to director Roman Polanski. At that time, pregnancy outside of wedlock was frowned upon in Western culture, and Sharon Tate faced heavy condemnation. However, today's younger generation fully supports Tate's right to personal freedom and choices in relationships. Tate's promising film career was emotionally cut short when she was just 26, but her sweet image as an actress is still cherished. Number 9. Peggy Lipton was born on August 30, 1946, in New York. She gained fame with the TV series The Mod Squad in the mid-1960s, marking the peak of her acting career. In 1974, Lipton caused a shock by marrying African-American musician Quincy Jones and giving birth to a biracial child. This stirred public outrage as racial prejudices were still prevalent at that time. However, the modern generation is much more open-minded, supporting the interracial relationship of the Lipton-Jones couple. After her divorce in 1989, Lipton's acting career did not soar, but she became an icon of her time, pioneering love beyond racial boundaries. Number 8. Barbara Parkins was born on May 22, 1942, in Canada. She gained fame with her role in the film Valley of the Dolls, 1967, elevating her to stardom in the film industry at that time. In 1970, Parkins shocked the public when caught smoking marijuana. This legal transgression led to severe public condemnation, causing disappointment among her fans who gradually turned away from their idol. Parkins almost disappeared from the entertainment scene, and today it is nearly impossible to rediscover the lost glamour of Barbara Parkins. However, the modern generation views her actions as unintentional mistakes, and she is still admired for her glamorous and sensual image from that era. Number 7. Angie Dickinson was born on September 30, 1931, in North Dakota. She became widely known from the mid-1950s with many seductive and enchanting roles. Dickinson's career reached its peak in the 1960s and 1970s. In 1965, she shocked the public by being the first woman to appear completely nude on the big screen in the movie The Chase. This nude scene provoked public anger, but today's younger fans warmly welcome it as a bold and liberating move. Despite occasional controversies, Angie Dickinson remains a timeless Hollywood icon with her alluring beauty and captivating charisma. Number 6. Raquel Welch was born on September 5, 1940, in Chicago. She became widely known as a sex symbol of the 1960s and 1970s with her alluring and fiery beauty. In 1981, Welch shocked the public by publishing an autobiography revealing love scandals within the Hollywood circle. This caused public outrage at that time, with accusations of damaging the reputation of others as well as her own. However, the modern generation views this revelation as Raquel Welch's authentic expression of her personal life. Despite controversies, Raquel Welch remains a legendary screen goddess with timeless and ageless beauty. Number 5. Anne Margaret was born on April 28, 1941, in Sweden. She became widely known in the early 1960s with films like Bye Bye Birdie and Viva Las Vegas, becoming an A-list Hollywood star. This was the peak of Anne Margaret's career. In 1964, Anne Margaret caused a stir when a nude video of her was leaked to the public. This provocative image received mixed reactions, with the majority finding it extremely offensive. However, today's younger generation is more open-minded about such scandals. After all, Anne Margaret still leaves a deep imprint with her seductive charm and passion on the screen. She truly is an enduring sex symbol of her time. Number 4. Fay Dunaway was born on January 14, 1941, in Florida. She gained widespread recognition in the mid-1960s and quickly became an A-list Hollywood star with films like Bonnie and Clyde and Chinatown. In 1996, Fay caused a shock by publishing a memoir revealing many love scandals involving famous actors and directors. This outraged the Hollywood filmmaking community, accusing her of ethical violations and damaging the honor of others. However, the modern generation has a more lenient view, seeing Fay Dunaway's revelations as a personal expression. Despite the ups and downs, Fay Dunaway remains a timeless cinema icon with irresistible beauty and a rare, powerful presence. Number 3. Diane Keaton was born on January 4, 1937, in Washington. She became widely known in the mid-1960s with films like Bob and Carol and Ted and Alice and Revenge of the Pink Panther. While on the rise in her career in 1972, Diane Keaton shocked the public when caught using cocaine. The use of this illicit substance by a Hollywood star caused public outrage, viewing her as a bad example. Although the present generation has a more forgiving view, considering Keaton's drug use as an unintentional mistake, they still may find it difficult to understand and sympathize with the downfall of a famous artist. Despite the controversies, Diane Keaton is still recognized for her contributions to the entertainment industry. Number 2. Candace Bergen was born on May 9, 1946, in California. She gained widespread recognition in the late 1960s with her role in the film Carnal Knowledge. Bergen's golden era was in the 1980s with successful films like Gandhi and Starting Over. In 1984, Bergen stirred controversy by criticizing female Hollywood stars of that time for using plastic surgery to buy beauty. The public, especially female artists of Hollywood, was furious with this viewpoint. However, the modern generation fully agrees with Bergen's stance on natural beauty. Despite being involved in many controversies, Candace Bergen is still acknowledged as a beauty, talent, and personality icon of 1980s American cinema. Number 1. Tuesday Weld was born on August 27, 1943, in New York. She became widely known from the early 1960s with the adorable, sweet teen image on the screen. Her peak years were in the 1960s when she played various teen roles. In 1965, Weld shocked the public when she became pregnant with her ex-husband Claude Hars at the age of 21 and was unsure about keeping the child. She even considered abortion to avoid affecting her career. This incident was heavily condemned by the public at that time. However, the present generation has a more sympathetic view, considering it a private decision of a young girl. Despite causing many controversies back then, Tuesday Weld is still beloved for her unforgettable sweet teen image on the screen. Thank you for joining us on this exciting journey through the transformation of iconic images. If these stories make you curious, don't forget to press the like button, share this video with people who love interesting stories, and subscribe to the Hollywood Inside 1960s channel to update more interesting content. Your support is a great encouragement to our passion for uncovering the untold stories of influential people. Stay tuned to discover more, and until next time, keep your curiosity alive. See you soon on Hollywood Inside 1960s.